Hello and welcome back to our channel. This week's video is very different than usual. Today we thought it would be fitting to have a discussion around a question that we have been asked a handful of times on this channel, and that is tips for running your real estate business, keeping it running while you're out of town or on vacation, how to prepare your real estate business for you going out of town and on vacation. So right now we are on a trip. We will be gone for 12 days total. So we thought that it was a fitting time to talk about this topic, how we prepare our business, what we do ahead of time, and how we do things differently while we are actually on vacation.
There's a lot to do though. 12 days is a long time out of the office or out of your routine of whatever you do in the mornings, mid-afternoons, clients, showings.
Yeah.
And so one of the hardest struggles personally that I'm going through right now are my current buyer clients. For instance, I have some out-of-state buyers from Utah. Okay. I have current out-of-state clients from Utah, and they are very, very motivated. They have these townhomes we're wanting to put an offer in on, but they're still not quite wanting to pull the trigger because they have this like FOMO, fear of missing out on a potential residential home. And for instance, the first day we left, a new home came on market, residential, and they really wanted to go view it. And I asked them, I said, hey, I'm gonna be gone for the next 12 days. For my stance, I don't believe this home's gonna go off market based off the price, area, condition, all the above. Do you have a problem holding off until I come back, and I'll give you a straight video tour the first day I'm back? And I was just open and communicating with them, and it sounds like they're totally okay with that. But you do have to have conversations with your clients and tell them this. Yeah. Now,
okay.
With my sellers, I had a brand new listing. It was a beautiful 2-acre property, hottest home in the Mid-Willamette Valley here in Oregon, and it went live the day we left.
Yeah.
So we left
Great
town,
timing.
and it just went live. So being a listing agent, that's what it's all about. You're able to set up showings with your seller, be out of town, and that's why like our job is so doable for what we do. And what I like to perform at is listings.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting 7 offers in 3 business days. So what I went ahead and done was I continued setting up showings throughout the day while we're on the road and in the hotels and stuff. But ultimately, I had to time block my communication with the seller of when I presented the offers, and then I want to get all the work done all in one and together rather than as it comes in throughout the day.
Right.
So that's been making it really easy to handle. To handle that. I have to kind of change not my approach, but my time zones and the time blocking that I generally have set up for
like the time of day when you're working. It might be kind of random,
for me.
But it's in little pockets in between doing things when it makes sense and when it works and when you can get it all done. I do think it's easier in a market like this. I mean, I don't know about being gone for 12 days, but if you're leaving, especially just for a weekend or even for a week, it's so much easier in this market to, you know, say you're working with out-of-state clients and doing virtual showings like we do a lot of. It's a lot easier to work with them and be gone for a little bit versus in a previous market where you really didn't have the time to wait. I don't know what other markets are doing. I'd love to hear what your market is like right now in the comments below, because I've definitely been hearing different things from different realtors in different marketplaces, but I know where we're at least, most homes are sitting a little bit longer and you do have the time to wait. Spencer's listing that he just listed was a very unique property that we don't have a bunch of in our area. I mean, there's just not a ton on the market. So
set up 23 showings in 2 days.
Yeah, it was a real
3
gem.
days. It was unbelievable.
You could say, but the average house is not, that's not the case for sure right now. Things are sitting longer where we're at. By the way, sorry it's so shaky. I am filming right now on my phone. I have not filmed on my phone in a very long time, so I hope hope nobody is getting like motion sickness, but if you are, just set the phone down and like listen to it instead of watching it. Okay. So something that I do to prepare, I guess you could say I prepare differently, very differently if I'm leaving on a vacation, like say we're gonna go to Mexico to a resort and we're gonna be out of the country for a while versus a vacation like this where we're, you know, not that far away. We're driving, like we did a road trip. We're not that far from home. We're in the US, we have our phones, like it's a very different situation. I prepare and handle it very differently, if that makes sense. I would say you do a little as well.
Yeah.
How I prepare if I'm going to be on a vacation, like somewhere like Mexico, for example, where generally on vacations like that, I am going to be leaving my phone in the hotel room for most of the day. So I do a lot more preparation up front. For a trip like this, I don't really do as much preparation because I have my phone with me. It's basically, I mean, we answer any calls that come in as they come in, that type of thing. So some things that I do though to prepare for if I'm going to be somewhere out of the country, whatever. Don't go out of the country that much, but you know what I mean. If I'm going to be on a vacation more like that, where I don't want to be on my phone a lot, or just don't have access to it, then I will definitely do a few different things. I will, create a out of office email auto response that says something to the effect of, I'm out of the office, but I'm still, I'm checking my email, you know, generally morning and evening, so that's when you can expect a response, something like that, just to give people a clear expectation. I will always check my email twice a day, or you know, any sort of communication with clients twice a day when I'm on those type of vacations, one in the morning and one at night. I will change my voicemail to say that I'm out of the office, and I will also direct anyone to come in through my email if I'm on a trip like that on my voicemail. And then also, I think a big thing to do is just communicating with your clients and letting them know what to expect. Communicating with any agents that you're in a transaction with, escrow agents that you're in a transaction with, and buyers and sellers that you're working with. Because generally, there's not a whole lot of real emergencies in real estate. So if you're checking your email and, you know, at least in the morning and the night, they can communicate with you, things should be okay, as long as, you know, unless there's a closing happening and they need you to be by your phone. But if that's the case, you'll know ahead of time. But on just like a regular day, then just communicating ahead of time makes a really big difference.
I check all my boxes. You know, what I like to do is if I need lock boxes, I put extra on these listings just so people aren't getting locked out. And I, number one, communicate, make sure the seller knows. Do things and put them in place where if it were to be a bad situation, it's covered. So plan ahead is one of the things that I've learned in the past over the last 4 or 5 years. Because when you're gone, and it's really hard to rely on other people.
Right.
Right now, interest rates are up, and it kind of does give somewhat of a grace period for our buyer clients, because we don't necessarily want to be writing offers the first 2-3 days on market, unless it's one of those deals where you've talked to the listing agent and they're just really motivated. But ultimately, what I'm trying to say is you have a little bit more time because we're negotiating more on our clients' behalves.
For our clients, I feel like things usually work out timing wise. I have had instances where I have Venmo'd other agents to show a house for me or do something like that I wasn't able to do because I wasn't there. Another thing that we tend to do, not always, like not for this trip, but another thing that we tend to do, which I think is why we don't usually, because I know a lot of agents, like when they go out of town, they always have someone cover for them. And I think one reason why that's not really a big thing that we usually do is because we tend to plan our trips around when things work. Usually our trips are pretty last minute, and so a lot of times we'll book a trip a week or 2 weeks before we actually leave. And I think a big reason for that is because we plan around when we know we'd be able to head out of town, just because of where our clients and where everything's at, if that makes sense. So that's another thing. But you can obviously just Venmo another agent whatever amount you guys agree on to show a house for you, or just give the deal to another agent as a referral fee. That's something I've done when I wasn't able to be there. Okay, and then the last thing is batch prepping our marketing. We have videos going out on both of those channels while we are gone consistently, same as when we are home. Actually, on one of those channels this month, we have videos going out every single day because it's about to be monetized and we're really trying to reach that mark. But we have videos that are scheduled. So when you market your business on YouTube, that's one of the beautiful things, is it can still be running and marketing for you while you're gone. So what we do is we batch film, meaning that we spend a little bit extra time the weeks coming up before we leave and batch film a bunch of videos, more than usual, and then I upload. We have the thumbnails made, we do everything like you do to upload them. We just schedule them to go out during the days that we are gone. So by the time this video is out, we will already be back. You won't even know we were gone because our marketing videos are still going out every day. So that's pretty much it. I don't think I have anything else I can think of off the top of my head. I know vacations now, I think it's also because of the type of clients we work with and just how we do business differently, but I definitely know that vacations now look so different than when I was a new agent. I have a lot of memories from being a newer agent, especially when I was new and first started getting busy and didn't really know how to handle things. I remember just walking through, you know, the town we were in or whatever, wherever we were exploring, and just like staring at my phone the entire time because I was just getting back to people the whole time. I just had no systems. Like, it was just kind of a mess, and it was a lot harder to actually take any time to just enjoy the vacation, and now it doesn't really seem that way. Yeah,